Good evening. We are live. We are live. We are here for another edition of the Raggedy Business Report. I am so excited to be here before you again. Had to take last week off, but we are back with another edition of the Raggedy Business Report. I want to give people a few moments to join live. So if you are with me live, go ahead and drop me a hey in the comments. Hey, Alex and Olivia Consulting. Hey, Janae. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and tag your friends, your business besties, all of the people that need to be here for this Raggedy Business Report because it is good. Every week it's good. It's a new story every week. I don't ever recycle the Raggedy Business Reports. So it's something new every week. Tonight I'm actually going to be sharing the story of someone that submitted their Raggedy Business experience. And so this is going to be, again, not a story and a personal experience of mine as they usually are, but a story of someone else. And I know you all have raggedy business stories because unfortunately companies today, they practice raggedy business on a regular. Like that's almost more common than actually getting exceptional service, right? So go ahead and tag your friends. Let them know that we are here. If you have a story that you would like to share to be featured on the Raggedy Business Report, go ahead and send me a DM and I will send you the information on how you can submit your story for me to talk about on the Raggedy Business Report. It's always a fun time, always some really raggedy stories, unfortunately, but it makes for some good business lessons, right? How we can do business in a more excellent manner, if you will. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you are catching this on the replay, go ahead and type replay in the comments for me. Let me know if you are live, and even if you're catching this on the replay, where you are tuning in from. I love to see where people are joining from. For those who are unaware, I am in Houston, Texas, H-Town. And so for all my people on the East Coast and in the Midwest that are dealing with all the winter weather and the snow, y'all can have it. I grew up in that. I came back here to get away from that. I went to college in that. I'm good on all that. I do not miss it. Oh, New York City, yeah, you getting it, girl. Yeah, I'm good. I gave all my winter coats away, all my shovels and, car scrapers and all of that. Nah, I don't have use for none of that no more. I am good. Y'all can have it. I do not feel sorry for you. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say I feel sorry for you. Y'all can have that. I came back to my home state and my home city of Houston to get away from all that. So all that winter weather, y'all enjoy it. Hey, Alana, we got North Carolina in the house. Hey, thank you. We got the East Coast representing tonight. Go ahead now. Well, and especially if you're on the East Coast and you caught up in all this winter weather, you ain't really got a whole lot else to do. You can't get out and go nowhere from what it looks like on the news, right? So thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and again, tag your friends, share this out. This is the Raggedy Business Report. Again, we do this every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Stay tuned though, because we might be switching up some things. I was thinking about something a little while ago and might be making some shifts and some changes, and so I'll definitely keep you posted about that. But super grateful for everyone who has been rocking with me through the Raggedy Business Report. Started this last fall and it was just kind of something that happened and came up on a whim. And it has really taken root and people seem to really love the Raggedy Business Report and all of the business lessons that can be taken to help businesses not do raggedy business. So what is the Raggedy Business Report? If you are new and you have never tuned in and you don't know what this is all about, well, let me tell you. Really what it is every week I share a raggedy business story. Usually it's an experience that I've had while doing business with a company or a business and just got terrible service, just everything was raggedy, right? And so I share the story, which people usually seem to enjoy. It's a little bit of tea, a little bit of gossip, but I never reveal the name of the company or anything like that. So we keep that under wraps. But I share the story and then I give you some concrete lessons that you can take away and implement in your business to keep your business from being raggedy and practicing raggedy business, right? And so when I talk about raggedy business, it's not to say that the business as a whole is raggedy, but it is to identify some practices that they're engaging in that are raggedy. And if you leave those raggedy practices unchecked, it can turn your whole business raggedy. And we don't want that, because if your business as a whole turns raggedy, you're not going to be in business for very long, right? So the whole name of the game is, clients and customers and keeping them satisfied, and just making sure that we are serving those who are spending their money with us, serving them with excellence at all times. Hey AJ, tell AJ I said hi. Hey. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. For people who are new to me or unfamiliar with me, my name is Candice Washington, also known as the Client Curator. And that is because I help my clients to sharpen their client experience. And then we develop database strategies so that they can implement in their business and increase their client retention and maximize the revenue that they're earning from all of their clients. And so everything client, customer service, experience, client and customer retention, all of that is my jam. I just love making sure that people are being treated right. And when people in business, when we treat people right, they continue to spend their dollars with us. And that is what contributes to the sustainability of a business, is how many of your customers return to do business with you. Everyone is out here talking about new clients this and client attraction that and all of that. And yes, you do need new clients, but the data shows us that the lifeblood of your business and the sustainability of your business is going to come from your existing client base. So that's why it is super, super important to make sure that we are delivering exceptional service to our clients and making sure that they continue to do business with us. So if you would like to learn more about how you can work with me, go ahead and send me a DM. I invite you to do that, and we'll talk some things over. But for now, we have waited a few more minutes than I normally do, so I'm going to go ahead and get into this Raggedy Business story of the week. And I am going to be reading because, again, this is not my story. It's a story that was submitted. So if you would like to submit a story, go ahead and also DM me, and I can give you the information on how to do that. So here is the Raggedy Business Report of this week. I was driving one day and found myself stuck in the mud. I called AAA and they connected me with the towing company. I was given an ETA of 11:11 a.m., but when they weren't there by 12:20 p.m., I contacted the towing company for an updated ETA. The guy at the towing company told me that 2 of their trucks had broken down and it'd take another hour before anyone could get to me. They finally arrived at 2:55 p.m. and it took him less than 10 minutes to pull my car out, and I was grateful for their speedy service. But as soon as I pulled off, ain't that when it happens, y'all? As soon as you get going, I realized there was something terribly wrong. My steering wheel was almost completely turned to the right, and it was almost as if I was driving on black ice. The car kept swerving, so I drove all the way home, which was about 15 miles, at about 25 miles per hour with my hazard lights on. Initially, I thought I just needed an alignment. Maybe the mud caused the front end to get out of alignment. But after going to a car wash and having the mud cleaned off, I realized it was more than that. I called the towing company and couldn't get an answer, so I called the tow truck driver on the cell number he called me from, and he started cursing at me, telling me it was my fault I got stuck in the mud, and this was in no way his fault because he pulled my car out from the back, which he had. So I took my car to a repair shop and was told that the rear control arm was yanked apart when my car was pulled out the mud and that it'd be $300 to fix it. I had no choice but to pay. I tried calling the owner of the towing company to seek resolution and quickly learned why his employee felt so comfortable cursing at me. The repair shop was more than willing to verify the damage was done to my car when the tow truck pulled it out the mud, but the owner of the towing company wasn't willing to speak with the repair shop, repeating what his driver had said to me, that I got myself stuck in the mud and his guy didn't even pull my car out from the front. I filed an investigation with AAA, but my claim was denied. I'm shocked that this towing company is contracted with a company as prestigious as AAA. Whoo, child. That's the Raggedy Business Report of tonight, and that's a story right there, right? I'm sure, as usual, when I share the Raggedy Business Reports, you can identify the raggediness within the story and the Raggedy Business Practices. It's a whole lot. So I want to go ahead and digest this story and dissect it and talk to you about some things that I got from it and some lessons that you can implement in your business to make sure that your business is not operating like this, nor are your people operating like this. Okay? So the first thing is, always remember that companies and people that you contract to do business on behalf of your company is a reflection on your company. Something like this could have or may have even caused the AAA member to cancel their membership with AAA because of something this towing company did. AAA wasn't the company that gave the bad service. AAA wasn't the company whose people told her that she should have, it was her fault because she got her car stuck in the mud. AAA, it wasn't AAA, right? But it was a company that was contracted by AAA, right? That is a representation of AAA because this is who AAA sent out, right? And so we have to be mindful when we're doing business that all of the people that we hire to do business on our behalf are a reflection of our company. And so be mindful when you are looking for people to operate on your behalf, people to operate in your name and to represent you in your company, that you thoroughly vet these contractors or other companies or what have you, because at the end of the day, the onus really lies with you because you sent this person, right? Or you sent this company, or you had this contractor to fulfill whatever needs that your client or your customer had. It comes back to you, right? Because this person didn't call the towing company directly. The towing company was sent to her by AAA. So we have to always be mindful that anybody that we hire to do business for us, that anybody that we contract with and have interacting with our clients and customers is a representation of our company, right? And so always be mindful of that. The second thing I said is, or that I took away from this, is always provide your people with updates. She said that she was given an ETA of 11:11, and when they weren't there by 12:20, so that's an hour and 10 minutes later, she called and they said that they would be there or it would be another hour. Well, another hour would have been 1:20, but they didn't get there until 2:55, which was almost 3 o'clock. So that's real raggedy in and of itself. Always provide people with updates. If you say that you're going to do something and it's going to be delivered to your client or your customer by a specific date, and it's looking like it's not going to be ready for that date, don't wait until the time gets there to update them. Oh yeah, by the way, it's not going to be ready by that day. Or, oh, it's not going to be ready by that time. No, the moment that you know that something is going to need to change and when they are expecting to receive something from you or expecting you to be there or what have you, that's when you update them, right? And so they should have updated her at 11:15. They're not there. Okay, what's up? Okay, by 11:45, okay, it's time for another update. They should have been updating her along the way, not waiting for her to call and figure out what's going on and where are you. That's not her responsibility. As a person who is paying their money to this company, that's not her responsibility. It's the company's obligation and the company's responsibility to provide updates on whatever's going on with the situation. Okay, so that is number 2. Number 3, and this one is where a lot of people have issues, right? I don't know why it's so hard, and this is not just in business, and let me not get on my soapbox because I have this thing about accountability. I have a real big thing about accountability and people not taking accountability for their role and their actions and their part in whatever the situation is. That's a real issue for me, period. But in business especially, you need to own your mistakes, right? This towing company put the issue off on this driver and said, oh, it's not our fault. Well, yeah, actually it is your fault that my car got messed up. And instead of even offering an apology, which is the bare minimum, instead of even offering an apology, they proceeded to tell her, well, it's your fault you got your car stuck in the mud. Hold up, wait. Like, that's not how you talk to customers. You don't ever tell a customer or a client, oh, well, this is your fault. Even if you feel like it is, there are just some things you don't say. You don't say that, right? And so you always have to be willing to take accountability for whatever role you have in a situation, even if it's not your fault, but especially when it is your fault, right? Like, this legit was their fault. Take accountability. But even when it's not your fault, that goes a long way in resolving conflict and disputes, when you can just say, you know what, I apologize. You would be surprised what a simple apology will do, how it can de-escalate a situation. You would be surprised, because again, we live in a time where not a lot of people try to pass the buck. Everything is everybody else's fault. Nothing is their fault. Everybody's pointing the finger. And so you would be surprised at what a simple I apologize would do. In this situation, they owe more than an apology. They should have paid to get her car fixed because they damaged it, right? But even when you don't pay to fix whatever the problem is, at the very least, offer an apology. I can't tell you how many times I have apologized for stuff that I ain't had nothing to do with. Nothing to do with. But if it involved my company in some way, I owe an apology, right? Not because I did something wrong, but because of the experience that someone had while doing business with my company. Period. I have to apologize for that, right? Even if I didn't do it personally, it still affected the experience they have doing business with me. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. What experience do people have when doing business with you? It doesn't matter if the bad service came from another company, right? It doesn't matter if somebody else that was not in your company jacked some things up. It still made an impression and still impacted the experience that people had doing business with your company. So remember to always give an apology. The other thing I can say is, in this case, or in this instance, bad word of mouth can often be more expensive than the resolution itself. Like, I know the person that submitted this story, and I know where they live, and it's not a city like Houston, let me say that. And so I'm assuming that this towing company is fairly well known in this city. And I'm sure the word of mouth, the bad word of mouth that they received as a result of this situation probably cost them more than $300, which was all they would have had to pay to get her car fixed, right? So sometimes we have to recognize and weigh the things that are against us. Is it really worth, taking a hard line and taking a stance and saying, you know what, I'm not going to apologize, even though I know that my company messed up and did X, Y, and Z. We not going to make it right. We not going to fix it for whatever reason. Is it really worth it to you in the long run? Is the bad word of mouth and the bad publicity really worth it in the long run? Because I tell people all the time, referrals are a great thing. Referrals are a great tool, but they don't always just work for you. Referrals can work against you as well. And so don't think that people can get out here and won't get out here and refer against your company, right? That's the thing. So always be mindful of that. And then the last lesson is never, ever, 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 ever speak to your clients and your customers in an out-of-pocket manner. If you're having a bad day, go take a nap, something. But you don't ever curse your clients and your customers out, or curse at them, curse them out, talk to them sideways, come at them, all strong, and you don't do that. Again, these are people who are paying you money. People are not paying you to talk to them any kind of way. That's not okay. Like, I don't take people talking to me any kind of way in my personal life, and I sure as heck ain't gonna pay somebody to talk to me any kind of way. That's not gonna happen, right? And so always be mindful of how you are talking to people. And it's not just cursing and using profanity. It's the tone that you use, right? It's the attitude that you use. It's the word choice, right? It's not always, what you say, but how you say it, the words you use to say it. I know you can all think of instances and times in your life where, somebody says something and it's like, okay, if they would have said it a little bit differently, it wouldn't have hit me so much, right? It wouldn't have ticked me off as much. So it's all of those things. So that is the Raggedy Business Report and the takeaways for today. Let me hop in some of these comments because y'all been talking, honey. Let's see. Allison Olivia said, I'm livid and it's not even my car. I know that's right. Girl, I was hot too. Let's see. They need to be thoroughly vetted and seeing as though I'm so small and I'd have time to reach out personally, see what their experience with my vendor and contractor was. Yes, the thing is, again, when you are hiring people and contracting people to do work on behalf of your company, you need to thoroughly vet them, right? You need to hear what people who have used their service or their company are saying. Your clients should never have to thoroughly vet a company or a business. And I have made this mistake, myself in the past. And so I understand how it can happen. But, AAA, I hope after this experience, they cancel the contract with this towing company after the experience that this AAA member had. Because again, this member was dissatisfied with the service that they received from this towing company. But who do they pay their membership money to every year, right? They pay to AAA. So if they take their business away from somebody, it's going to be AAA. So AAA is on the hook, right? So always be mindful of those that you hire to do business with you. Hey, Samantha, if you're still on. Hey, Kimbrough Slice. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Amber, if you're still on. Thank you for tuning in. Let me go and see what Facebook is talking about. Let's see. Preach, preacher. All right. I wasn't trying to preach, child. Renata. So Renata is my cousin. And she said, I work for AAA. I'm shocked that one of our contracted tow truck companies acted like this. I'm sure they are no longer in our list. Well, Renata, I will reach out to you and see and make sure, because I do have the name of the company, child. Let's see. Please have this person that submitted this concern message me. Yes, I got you, Renata. I will do that. A simple apology for the experience goes a long way. Yes. Absolutely. Y'all have been really super engaged tonight. I really appreciate it. So that is the Raggedy Business Report for tonight. Again, if you're catching this on the replay, go ahead and type replay in the comments for me. Let me know where you are tuning in from. So happy to have all of you all really what's the word I want to use? Latched on and really vested in the Raggedy Business Report. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. Again, stay tuned for some updates. Might be changing some things around a little bit, still thinking on some things, but the Raggedy Business Report is not going away, so don't worry about that. But may make some changes here and there, so stay tuned. Again, if you would like more information about how you can work with me and have my team and I help you to sharpen your client experience so that you're not doing business this way, right? And help you to increase your client retention and all of the money that you're making from your existing, or increase the amount of money that you're making from your existing clients, go ahead and shoot me a DM and we can chat about ways that we might be able to work together. But I'm super grateful for everyone who has tuned in, whether it's live or on the replay. Instagram, y'all was off the chain tonight. Facebook off the chain. Super, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Alana. We will be back here next week. Again, stay tuned. So make sure you have your notifications on, because whatever changes that I decide to make to the Raggedy Business Report will be posted on social this week, on this Facebook, I am Candice Washington page, and on Instagram, the I am Candice Washington Instagram page. I will absolutely keep you all updated, but that is all we have for tonight. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday evening. And as I always say, remember to treat people well. Good night, y'all.